This is a quick demonstration to help you get started on your ribbon drawing. So remember, you're going to spend 2 class periods on a smooth graphite drawing. It might not get finished, but the areas that you work on should demonstrate that you understand how to apply smooth pencil tip shading. It should demonstrate that you know how to create a full range of value, and it should demonstrate that you understand contrast. So here's kind of the basic steps. Every one of the choices is an 8x8 drawing. So that's what you're going to want to start with, is draw a square on there that is an 8x8. Then the directions for the ribbon drawing say that you need 10 overlapping ribbons. So it is up to you on how you want to arrange those. Make a variety of widths and types of ribbons. So for example, here's one that I've started, and I'm going to show you just how to get going. But once I draw everything out, then of course I'm going to start shading it. And when I'm shading it, I'm using the full range of values, I'm creating contrast, and then I'm also making sure that I'm not smudging. So the contrast along each side means that I can't actually see the line there when I'm finished, that I have a nice edge. So here's how I get started. This is the first thing I would do, and I know you can't see my entire composition here, but the first thing I would do is I would draw a ribbon, draw lightly, across the space. And of course I'm using the same technique as I practice. So I'm going to make this one a little thicker. I'm dropping down, dropping down. Drawing lightly means that eventually I can get rid of any pencil lines so I don't see those. But it also means if I'm making a change, I'm not having an indented line in the paper. So here's my first ribbon. I'm not going to start shading yet. I'm going to get my composition all set up. So there's my first ribbon. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my paper. I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to add another ribbon. Now it can go on top of or it can go underneath. I'm also going to make sure I have variety. So this ribbon, I'm going to start experimenting with different lengths and kind of changing, and that's going to overlap that one. Overlapping is important. So because I want variety, I'm going to make this one a little shorter or not as wide. Dropping the line straight down, and then so I'm doing this pretty quickly. It's probably going to take more time than that, but what I see here is I have an overlap. I decide what's on top. I want that little one to be on top. So I'm going to erase. Since I didn't press very hard, there is not an indent left behind. All right, I'm going to turn my paper again, and I'm going to do another ribbon. Again, I'm thinking about variety. I'm not drawing the same exact ribbon. It's not the same width. So you are going to do 10 overlapping ribbons. And then once you start shading, you're going to think about the same things that we did in our practice, which is which part of the ribbon is closest to me, or which part of the ribbon is behind something and might have a shadow. So I'm going to continue on in this manner. You can see here 1, 2, 3. I have 3 ribbons. You want 10. And then eventually I'm going to be here. Notice how light my lines are. And this is on purpose, obviously, because at the very end of this, I want to have really good contrast in between my shapes. And that means that there's not actually a line there separating the spaces. So that's how you get started. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, you have 2 class periods to work on this drawing. You might not get everything shaded, and in fact, if you are doing a good quality job of shading, you're not going to get finished in 2 days. If you finish in one day, then I'm guessing that you need to go back over with more layers, different types of pencil grades, and you need to smooth out your drawing.